Hello. Okay, next tutorial. This time I'm dressed up as a Demonic Jester. I had way too much fun doing this makeup, I think you can tell. This makeup is once again part of my affordable effects series, just where I take a relatively inexpensive facial prosthetic and I make something out of it. And this is what I did. Yeah. So if you'd like to learn how to recreate this clowny jester madness, stay tuned. Okie dokie, so we're going to get this big effects ball rolling by talking about the prosthetic first. So as you might have noticed, my last few tutorials that I've done have involved using a foam latex prosthetic from mostlydead.com. That's because this whole series is part of my affordable effects series, so using prosthetics that range from about between $25 to $50. And this prosthetic that I'm going to be using is the Hyde prosthetic. Just a really cheeky grin. But instead of making it into a Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde makeup, I thought it'd be more fun to try and do some kind of demonic clown or jester makeup out of it. Yeah. So as I said before, I got this prosthetic from mostlydead.com. I'll pop that link on the screen there if you wanted to check them out. I'll also pop that link in the description bar below as well. And as an extra added bonus, there's also a discount code I'll pop on the screen now. So if you pop in the code Pinkstylist20, you'll get 20% off your first order, which is really nice. But going back to the prosthetic itself, if you've not applied a foam latex piece before or seen me apply any of them in my videos before, they're relatively straightforward. They do take a little bit of skill to get used to getting the placement right and get the edges blended off, but these are amazing prosthetics to work with and they're really nice to practice blending the edges. So the first thing we do with these prosthetics obviously is stick them down. So the prosthetic glue that I'm going to be using is Prosthetic, just my usual go-to prosthetic adhesive. And using that, I apply some on a cotton bud and I apply it to the inside of my prosthetic, not the entire area, just a small area at a time. I usually start on the nose first, and then I apply some more onto the corresponding area on my face, and then I'll give it a couple seconds to get a bit tacky, just dry up a little bit, and then I press the prosthetic down and hold it in place for just a few seconds until the glue adheres. The reason why I like starting on the middle of a prosthetic like this is because it's such a large piece. I like to make sure everything lines up, and the nose is obviously the middle of the piece. So if I stick my nose down, I'm able to then work out and apply some glue going away from my face to be able to stick the whole thing down. So for example, I pop some glue on the nose, stick that down, and then I'll be able to apply some glue to the forehead and stick that up, and then the cheeks and stick that away. But you'll see as I apply that. So I'm just going to start applying that now. So when that's all stuck down, we can take a new cotton bud and some more Pro Stick, and I'm just going to start rolling away the Pro Stick on the edges of the entire prosthetic. So all around the edge, around the mouth, and around the eye area. So just working really slowly, just apply the adhesive going away from the edges. So that not only blends everything off, it also seals everything in nicely. Okie dokie, so once everything is all stuck down and nice and dry, we can work on the foundation. So I'm going to be using one of my favourite face paints. This is a Superstar face paint in white, and I'm going to apply that all over the prosthetic piece, all around the edge and my neck. I'm not going to worry too much about my eyes because I'm going to be colouring that a different colour later. I'm also not going to worry too much about my ears because the costume that I'm going to be using actually covers that. So I'm just going to go apply that now. Then, once that's done, I can work on painting the mouth area. So rather than painting the lips red and going down a more clowny route, I thought it'd be more fun to make like a kind of gothic jester. So I'm going to paint the lips black, the gum line red, and the teeth white. So I'm going to take a black Superstar watercolour and start painting in the lips. Then I'm going to take a red Superstar watercolour and I can start colouring in the gum line. Then I can take the black Superstar watercolour once again and I can colour inside my lip area and also in between a few of the teeth just to really separate them. Then, taking some Superstar Fake Blood in dark and a really little sponge, I'm just going to apply a small amount of that just to the ends of the middle part of the teeth, just to really messy them up and make them a bit more gory. I'm also going to apply some of that blood in the gum line as well, just so it can trickle down once or twice. Then I'm going to take a Makeup Forever Flash palette, and I'm going to use the black cream from this palette just to really accentuate all of these creases. So wherever there's a crease in this prosthetic, so say around the brows, I'm going to take the black colour, apply it really lightly, and then just blend it away either edge. Okay, and even though the costume's going to cover a fair amount of this area here, I am just going to shade my temples in just in case it shows. So I'm going to take the black cream, I'm going to do a half moon shape just about here, and then blend that colour away. Then I can repeat the process on this side. So just make the inside of the circle as dark as possible and then fade it outwards. Yeah, so it just looks a bit more hollow. Then I can copy that on this side. Then, taking the black watercolour by Superstar once again, I can start working on the eye shape. So it's going to be quite a classic clown / jester shape, so I'm going to go for a point that goes up to the top of the fake brow that's going to go also along to help accentuate the angry brow. It's also going to go down into a point underneath the eye. So I'll just do one eye first to show you the basic shape, then we can copy it on the other eye. So yeah, nice and pointy on the top and on the bottom. So then I just have to copy that on this side. Then, taking a sponge again and the black cream, I'm going to lightly dab that on the end of my prosthetic nose. Not very neatly, it's going to be very, very messy and very bleeding up the nose. Then taking the same sponge and some more fake blood by Superstar, I'm going to go over the back. Then, just to rustic everything up and make things look a little bit more dirty and a lot more weathered, I'm going to do my favourite little technique, which is take some black hairspray. I'm going to go outside just so there's more ventilation, and spraying at an arm's distance, I'm going to pass over the makeup maybe about 2 to 3 times, only holding the nozzle down slightly because I want to get a spackled effect. So it's just random dots of black all around the face just to break up the complexion. So I'm going to go do that and I'll be right back. So there we are. So as you can see, it just breaks up the complexion really nicely. Then I'm going to take a lip gloss, and it doesn't matter which lip gloss you use at all. It really does not matter. I'm just using a M.A.C LipGlass lip gloss just because it's close to hand. So as long as it's a clear lip gloss, it doesn't matter at all. So using my clear lip gloss, I'm going to go over all of my black lip just to make it really, really shiny and really gross looking. Then I'm going to do something that might be a little bit overkill, but in for a penny, in for a pound. I mean, we're already going quite big, so I'm going to take a fake nose ring. Now, these are plastic rings that you can get from most party shops. They're usually labelled under fake punk piercings. So as you can see, there's nothing sharp about them and they're made of really light plastic. So I've just cut the ends off one of them, and I'm just going to apply a small amount of Prosthetic to either side of this little tiny hoop. And I'm going to stick that just underneath the nose, because why not? It's little touches like this that tend to bring a character to life. So there we are. One nose ring. So as usual, I got a little bit carried away. So after applying the nose ring, I thought, I don't know, it looked like it needed something else. So I applied 3 more on this side of the lip. Not both sides, I just think an asymmetrical look might be more fun. It's up to you guys, but I kind of think it looks cool. It's kind of evil, punk, jester, clown realness. I think it looks kind of cool with rings. It's up to you guys. Then all that's left for me to do is pop in some contact lenses, pop on a costume, and I do believe we're done. And there we go. That's my look, officially complete. So I finished the look off by popping on this costume, which I got from buycostumes.com. I'll pop that link in the description bar below. I actually have the polar opposite of this costume, which I've used several years ago now, which is the black and white version of it. I just thought to make a change I'd use the red and black equivalent. I also popped on a couple of white gloves, just because I think it makes it look a little bit more mimey, a little bit more theatrical. And to finish the look off, I popped in 2 Sclera contact lenses, which are the red and black lenses that I got from ScleraXL.com. I'll pop that link in the description bar below as well. And yeah, so that's my tutorial officially complete. I love that when I move, this moves too. Ha! So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It was super fun to do. I love working with foam latex. Whenever I use it, I'm in my happy place. So I hope you guys liked my take on an evil jester. I know I've done a few evil jesters in the past, so I thought it'd be fun to do a jester that's completely different than all my other ones. And definitely check out mostlydead.com for these awesome prosthetics, because they are really fun to apply. So thanks guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, you know what to do. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. And yeah, so until next time, bye guys!